If you want to stand out in the crowded smartphone space, your best bet is to build a device for a niche market. And given the world's increasing concerns about personal privacy, it's about time someone built a modern smartphone focused entirely on security. This is that smartphone. I'm Michael Fisher, this is Pocketnow, and this is our video review of the Blackphone BP1. Folks, our review device comes to us from GSM Nation, a global smartphone retailer that's offering Blackphone for sale right now. If you want one of your own, do what we did. Visit gsmnation.com at the link in the description below and tell them Pocketnow sent you. The first thing you'll notice about the Blackphone is that, well, there's not much to notice about the Blackphone. From a fit and finish standpoint, it's about as forgettable as they come, with average dimensions, a light and insubstantial feel in the hand, and only the barest of branding on the matte finish casing, which of course comes in black, and black alone. The IPS display doesn't have the highest resolution or the best viewing angles, but it's not horrible. And the Tegra 4i processor, while a surprise, is by no means underpowered. The single gig of RAM supporting it certainly is a disappointment, though, something we'll touch on in the performance section in a minute. Of course, you don't buy a Blackphone for the hardware, you buy it for its secure software, which comes in 3 levels. The first layer is the operating system, which looks a lot like the Android KitKat build it's based on, but this is no Google phone. Despite the interface being a very familiar one, there are no Google services built into this special platform, called the Private OS. You've got to download and install your own application marketplace if you want one. We recommend the Amazon App Store. And the Private OS makes its presence known with the very first title you try to install. You get to individually select which parts of your device that app is allowed to access. This isn't the first time we've seen this, but it is a natural fit for a privacy-centric device, and we wish it was standard on all smartphones. The OS also forces you to enable, or at least strongly and repeatedly recommends that you enable, certain security features that other smartphones leave optional, like a PIN unlock code and total device encryption. That's all in the first level. The second level is the embedded security suite from Silent Circle, which also comes with the membership package necessary to power it. Silent Phone sets up a secure SIP connection over a VoIP link to provide private voice connections. Silent Text lets you communicate via instant messages that can self-destruct and which can't be screenshotted. Both apps give you tools for manual authentication, so you can be sure you're actually talking to your intended target, and each one draws from a central protected list of silent contacts that can be locked anytime. It's all entrenched behind a series of passphrases and PIN codes handled by a key manager that Silent Circle also provides. Finally, the third layer of security comes from third-party apps that fill in most of the remaining gaps. There's the ability to remote wipe and force close particular apps from afar. There's secure cloud storage from SpiderOak, and a duo of apps from Disconnect. One provides a secure VPN connection, so you can feel safer connecting to open Wi-Fi hotspots, among other things. And the other allows you to use your search engine of choice without giving the search provider or ISP any personal information. If that sounds like a pretty extensive list of security features, it is. And that's Blackphone's biggest privacy advantage over every other device. It just throws a huge number of resources at the user, effectively carpet bombing the security question into submission. But not into oblivion. Like any communications device, Blackphone is not entirely secure, and its implementation in many corners leaves room for improvement. For one thing, Silent Phone requires a very good internet connection to function properly. And even with full LTE signal on T-Mobile here in the States, it didn't function very well at all. Regular voice calls fared far better, but sound was thin and tinny through both earpiece and speakerphone. Silent Text also has an issue with embedding photos, which doesn't always work well, and the setup process for everything, from elaborate third-party security apps to pedestrian functions like email and calendar syncing, is much more complex than you'll find on a regular smartphone. The phone stumbles in the fundamentals, too. Its small amount of RAM causes it to hang and stutter at points, and we've had to completely reboot the phone to save it from itself more than once. The lag and stutter is especially bad within its camera viewfinder, the last place you want software troubles. And the photos produced are marginal ones, with overexposure problems, sharpening halos, and a generally unremarkable quality from both the 8-megapixel back module and the 5-megapixel front one. Despite its smallish power pack, battery life is acceptable, in that you can definitely get a day out of it with moderate use. But leaving it in standby mode off the charger overnight, we've sometimes seen the device randomly power off or hang and require a restart, so, well, this is not a Road Warrior's phone by any means. Obviously, a big takeaway from this review is that, to put it crudely, first-gen phones gonna be first-gen phones. Given its complexity and its finicky nature, this is by no means a smartphone for beginners, which makes it tough to recommend to the target audience, at least a portion of which is regular consumers with a higher-than-normal concern for privacy. But blackphone has accomplished something significant here. It's packed more privacy options into one device than has ever been done before, and it's thrown in a lot of value with all the free security memberships, some of which are truly excellent. So, while blackphone has a long way to go to reach the perfect combination of privacy and usability that'll make this attractive to the average consumer, it's also the first company, in this portion of the space at least, to take a meaningful step in that direction. And based on what we've seen from the way the company engages with the community about security issues, the people behind blackphone seem genuinely interested in fostering a dialogue and quickly honing their product based on it. As a result, while we can only recommend the blackphone BP1 to very concerned people with very good internet connections, we're also very much looking forward to the BP2. If you think we missed a few things, you're right. Head on over to Pocketnow's full written review of the blackphone linked in the description below for more detail, and visit GSM Nation at the other link next to the like button if you want a blackphone of your own. Until next time, this has been Michael Fisher with Pocketnow, Captain Two Phones on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this review, and stay secure out there. We'll see you next time.